everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to have you here. We flip things around a little bit. We are doing an episode tonight. And as usual, we will jump over to Adam and do our sponsors, please.
Thank you to our incredible sponsors. First up, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can get an Electrum chest code on the overlay or bouncing around in chat. Thank you, Idle Champions. We also have Die Hard Dice. You can use the code Éarte to get 10% off an order in their web store. And we're also giving away a $20 gift promotional code. Also pay attention to the prompts in chat for that, and good luck. And they have supplied our cast with, let's see, Deborah Ann's Announcers of Ancient Anxieties.
Oh my God.
Ancient anxiety.
Just read my mind, why don't you, and my life. That is the title of my memoir.
Wow.
And
I'll make sure you get the credit right.
I'm only a little mad about it.
And thanks, Die Hard. And finally tonight, you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. I'm Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane, and we have a ton going on that we are getting out before we go dark for the holidays. So we are going to take a break. Next week is the last time that we're going to be streaming this year, but we'll catch everybody on the flip side, of course. Today, in particular, we released an original Marvel adventure that we produced here at Demiplane that is called The Murder World That Time Forgot. Ooh. And it features Arcade doing some of his normal shenanigans in the Savage Land, which is a place where there are lots of dinosaurs. So I know that many of you know I have quite a fondness for those prehistoric creatures, and it was a ton of fun to get in on this adventure. The lead writer is Jim Zub, and he literally wrote the book on Murder World. So definitely check that out on Marvel RPG Nexus. Tonight, I am playing Silas Jordan, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan.
Yay. Hey, everybody. I'm Alicia Marie, and you can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm a costume artist and an actor, and I'm in my feelings because it's my last time playing Fairuza for the year. So anyway, tonight I am playing Fairuza Armstrong, attorney at law, who's actually really excited that we're above ground, above whatever. We're out.
Hi, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on the interwebs as at DreamWisp or streaming as DreamWisp Jen. And tonight I am playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn, who is also happy to be above surface level-ish. Curious.
Out.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me at my website, lauren-urban.com. You can find me this Sunday playing a game that some of you might be familiar with. I'm actually going to be the DM on Elder Eye Entertainment. Usually I'm there playing Orkira, but this time I'm taking over the DM seat because we're going to be playing an adventure that Deborah Ann Woll wrote. We're going to be playing
Oh, that's right.
Saving the Children's Menu from Heroes Feast. So I'm going to be DMing. It's going to be a kind of in canon thing, but we're going to be, for our players, we've got Goblin Katie as Seisha. We've got V Muse as her wonderful Patty cleric. Yeah, some of you remember her. We've got ATT Paladin coming back as Brunschlager, and we have Critical Bard also coming back as Kuzima, the most amazing wildfire druid ever of all time. They're going to be coming, and I'm going to be running the adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come by Sunday, December 10th at 4 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/ElderEyeEnt. If you go look at their Twitter, I think they posted about it. And there, now that I've promoted something completely different, stick around, because I'm going to play Neb, who actually wanted to stay and talk to everybody, but is probably good with that she was convinced to leave.
Oh, hi. Hi. Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on the socials at the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me as a dungeon master on Misfits of Alceta every Wednesday. And tonight I am playing Miss Robin Beckett, your favorite granny for hire, who looks forward to the next moment.
We love Robin Beckett. And I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I'm your storyteller for this evening. I'm so excited for Saving the Children's Menu, run by Lauren Ovo. It's going to be so exciting. Or an urban / Ovo. Very, very cool. Also, new episode of Faster Purple Worm Kill Kill on Thursday. You'll be introduced to Arnold, my turtle bard. But don't get too attached.
Oh,
No, I know.
If you know the show,
mm.
don't get attached. But anyways, I'm so excited to be here tonight for the 66th chapter of Children of Éarte. So everyone, let's settle in and get ready. Okay, so last time you had solved the blockage of the beacon, you had risen to the surface, you encountered Ivy and many of her people of Tyver returning back, called by the beacon, but she mentioned there were many more to come and she would stay to welcome them all as they arrived. And so you'd continued to ascend to the surface. As you came out of the well, the marks upon your forehead disappeared, and there you stand, the 6 of you, including Pivum, who only just met you for the first time, according to him.
Does it look any different since we came down yesterday?
Perception check.
Oh, rolling right away.
Jump right in. What a
Right in.
question.
18.
18. It looks the same to you, but it feels colder and darker. You don't know if that's because you've been gone or if something energetically has changed up here. But it's there's a little tickle up your spine, although everything physically looks the same.
I don't know about all of you, but it's colder in the air than it is in the water. Does that make sense? No, it's just me.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it is just, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just happy to be up here. I didn't really notice if it was cold, but I'm probably not the best person to ask, remember?
Well, just because you can stand it more than we can doesn't mean I assume that you didn't notice it, so.
Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't feel nefarious. I'll put it that way. But it could be because we just came out of the bowels of hell.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be out of water. I am so sick of water.
You are soaking. You all look at it. You can see just the water's dripping off of you. That could be contributing to the chill a little bit here. It is cold up here. It is still snow. Although inside this palace, you seem to be protected from the wind that you can now start to hear outside of the walls, these sort of ice palace walls. There's still the circular staircase that goes up and disappears into the misty cloud cover of this place.
This castle, is it actually made out of ice or is it just kind of an ice look-alike?
I think you would say it's ice.
Okay. Neb puts on her fire fist and considers getting a bigger fire started and then goes, I don't think, maybe just save the world. I probably shouldn't completely melt a castle. So do we want to try to
Like
go
melt a
outside?
hole? Like,
Well, true, but we're going to need a bigger fire than this to warm up and dry off. And that could cause dripping problems. So we want to continue to go upstairs and get outside.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're done here. I think we should just go up. No?
We're in a ruined palace, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anything else that we see here? Maeve sort of is walking around, heels clopping along as she sort of examines the ruins. We didn't have much of a chance to really examine them as we were on our way down. Now I'm curious to see what's up here.
Do you want more of an investigation or a perception of this space?
Either one.
Let's go with investigation.
Okay. It's a 17.
Okay. So the sort of first glance, this was clearly a throne room of some kind. There is a large chair. It is spacious. There are columns that rise, even a ballroom quality feel to it. The well in the center that led down onto this, the spiral ramp is right dead center. Before this place was abandoned, you start to get a sense that it was really quite ornate. And since then, as it has been uncared for, snowdrifts have blown in and some of the icicle decorations have chipped and fallen. So it looks more like time has sort of taken its toll on this place. But that really it was a place for celebration and a true courtly palace.
Do you think they'll want to bring this place to its former splendor?
It's possible. Where would the thrones have been?
So this is right at the back of this room. If the fountain is central and the doors that you walked through, the archway that you walked through to get to this room is on one side, the large ornate ice chair or throne is at the opposite side of that, facing, so that as people entered, they would have had a grand view of whoever was sitting in that chair.
And the chair is still there, and a chair,
Still
and
there. It is made of ice. It has been, well preserved within itself. Again, there is some snow that has been sort of blown up against it, but it's appears to be intact.
Before we do a ton of exploration here, ain't none of the rest of y'all war slap out right now? Like, because I am, like, I don't. Like, I feel like I just walked the streets of Philadelphia for like days and days.
Yeah. I think we need a little rest-ish.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, I'll be all for exploring, when we maybe are not so tired.
I don't disagree. Is this a good place to rest, though, is what I'm wondering. Are we better off resting here or further up?
I wonder if we'll be safer inside this place than above where we're, kind of things are unknown.
Well,
Miss Robin, you got like a hut or something in that, like a little cozy abode?
Sand castle.
Oh, can you make an ice castle, and so we can have an ice castle inside of an ice castle? Be like one of those Matryoshka dolls.
Maeve starts humming the theme from ice castles.
More dolls.
More dolls outside.
Why, yes, of course I can make my sandcastle for you. Just tell me where.
Well, if we're unsure about where is a safer place to do it, do we want to at least poke our head upstairs and take a look around and see what's up there?
Silas just does his best impression of that kid in that GIF that like just walks and walks and walks and then basically just face down.
We'll take a look for you, Silas. You just stay here.
And then he just continues to fly, but like is like laying down as he's flying and just slowly following them.
That's kind of awesome, but also a little disturbing, Silas. Do you think you could at least like lay sideways or something, so you don't look quite so much like just a floating body? That's a little weird.
Burt Reynolds.
Silas makes it look more like he's a corpse.
I got what I asked for.
Miss Robin's yawning too. So.
Neb's going to start to scramble up the stairs and
all right,
try to gopher.
It is made of ice.
Okay, so, Neba's going to slowly walk up. Or no, she's going to scramble and then probably poof.
Yes, as you start to scramble and your foot slips and you grab onto the edge, you hear a little crack with your weight and the jostling of this spiral staircase. But you steady yourself. You've only gone up, 3 steps at this point, and it stops making any noise for the moment.
Do I remember this being? Promising. Yeah. Do I remember this being dangerous or rickety on the way down?
You didn't come down it before. You came in through the doors.
That's true. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have not yet, as far as I remember, explored this staircase.
Okay, I think I misunderstood that the staircase was taking us
It
back
takes
to.
you up into the mist.
Okay.
Versus the door outward into the vast tundra and back to the ocean where you came from.
Okay.
Did we all
Perhaps
hear
I
that?
should
correct?
step on it.
You all heard it. It echoed through this chamber.
And it seemed to come from where?
The stairs.
From the stairs.
From me.
And
Apparently,
Maeve is like,
well, you know how the saying is, 90 pounds soaking wet. Here
You're
I am.
92 pounds on ice.
92 and a half maybe. But
Ah.
yeah, this is a little more dangerous than I thought.
Silas, you might be flying up by yourself to check it out. Oh no.
What do we have to
I mean-
check out? Like, don't we have like just enough space here? It's a magical sandcastle. It ain't gotta like, it's not like we have to clear out kudzu or anything to do it.
Who?
You don't know what kudzu is?
It's a southern thing.
It's also in fantasy books.
It's a Southern fantasy book thing.
That too.
Oh, okay. Or, yeah, him. Him. Whoever that is. Yeah, we don't want to clear him out either.
For kudzu.
It's like underbrush or underbush. I don't know. It's green stuff.
Green stuff. There is no green stuff to cut away.
Hmm.
We
Ice
have a
zoo.
problem here because we want to go upstairs, but we have a rickety staircase. How do we
Well-
solve this as a collective?
Can we reinforce it somehow?
Ooh.
Is the spiral staircase 100% ice?
As far as you can tell, yeah. You can.
How tall is it?
I'm gonna go 40 feet before it disappears into the mist.
But there's no guarantee that we're seeing the top.
You don't see a top. It disappears into the mist about 40 feet above your head.
Very
So we're
Jack
making
and
a
the
grand
Beanstalk.
assumption that there's something up there.
I mean, do y'all want me to go like, I don't know, secure a rope or something? Because I can do that.
Well, so it's dusk, right?
It's dark and
It
cold.
seems to be getting colder.
I mean, you haven't been there long enough to, sense that necessarily, but it's
Than
certainly
when we
colder than when you
Went
left.
in.
Yes,
Okay.
certainly colder than when you went in.
It seems to me intuitively that perhaps overnight it might freeze up more. If it gets
the
colder?
Staircase, you mean?
Put some water on it, it'll freeze.
Neb is
Wait.
going to find the crack that she made
Yes.
and start wringing out her sweatshirt so that water lands on it and goes, Maeve, that's a great idea. We'll just give that a couple hours.
As you go over and start to do that, moving your body very, you find it's actually your jacket's already, or your clothes are already starting to frost and freeze up. The water that is on your clothing is beginning to freeze in this air. And as you kind of look down, you can really start to feel this is starting to get bad. Very, very cold. Very,
and
very
Neb
fast.
has a lot of experience with this now.
Yes,
so
you
I
do.
think she does what she can, then turns around and goes, all right, I guess we're going to have to build a fire and maybe burn down the rest of this place. Unless, Miss Robin, you think the inside of your ice sand castle is going to take care of it.
I think that it'll be a perfect place to dry off and get some rest.
Okay.
All right, what do you need from us?
Just some encouragement, right?
Okay.
And Robin will take some time and
Uh-huh.
imagine her sandcastle.
And where would you like to place this? Is this, between the throne and the fountain, or closer to the door, or where in this palace would you like to place your hut?
I think she's feeling a little bit, she's gonna put it right in front of the throne.
That's right, Queen.
Yeah.
And your door facing the door of your hut, facing the door, facing the
Mhm,
throne,
facing the door.
So really right in front in that space. All right, so you spend this time really imagining it and building it up. Now, again, for those of you who maybe don't remember, this hut is only accessible by these 6 people. It is invisible to anyone else, and they are hidden and invisible and impenetrable inside of it. So yeah, after that, during that time, as Robin is focusing on that, the rest of you can either choose to do something or wait.
I would like to
Silas is going to
cheerlead.
encourage her, but he's basically still just laying down like he's almost asleep. And then he just like periodically is just going to go, Miss Robin Young. He just like keeps like randomly doing things like that.
All right. Well, at the end of these 10 minutes, it did not come soon enough, because any of you that have any kind of normal vulnerability to cold, all of your clothes are starting to stick cold and stiff against your skin. You can feel any longer in this, and it's going to start moving through into your bloodstream and start, setting in for hypothermia. So this could not have happened fast enough. Just as Robin turns to say it is complete, you are starting to feel the effects.
I think that we've gotten warmer welcomes from other gods, don't you think? I mean, Ivy has not been very nice to us after all that we've helped. She's just letting us freeze to death.
No, the other ones didn't rule over domains of ice.
Yeah, and I don't know if she's like completely in touch with the human side anymore.
Yeah, that creepy smile gave me nightmares.
And while this is going on, I want to be kind of looking while Miss Robin is building out the castle. I want to continue to sort of look around the throne room and sort of just kicking at stuff a little.
Yeah, let's give you another investigation check for maybe the other half of the room, something like that.
Maeve, if you sit in it, you're never getting up from it ever again. You're just, all your wet clothes are going to just stick to it.
It's a 23.
A 23. With a 23, you notice some odd markings by the front door. They don't look like footprints. They don't look like, Ivy swept through with this dress, her train sweeping the ground. You know what your own footprints look like. These are odd kind of punctures, leaving little nicks in the polished ice floor.
And they look recent?
You don't remember seeing them before, and they, if they had been affected by your own, like your footprints are, were impeded by these marks. So these marks do appear to be on top of the ones that you left previously.
Okay.
What you doing over there, Maeve?
Something or someone came in after us.
Well, Ivy did call her people. Ivy? Yeah, she called her people.
Were any of them wearing high heels?
Does Ivy wear high heels?
I would wear high heels if I had them.
I don't know.
I could wear high heels now because I don't have to touch the ground.
Oh, when we come over,
they're quite fashionable. They might look great on you.
Mm.
I have great calves.
I believe it. We've seen you in shorts.
How wide are these holes? Like, are they, fist size? Are they several inches?
No, they look. I would say like a stiletto is about the right kind of, metaphor or amalgam there. That's not the right word. What's the right word?
And they look like stiletto footsteps, or do they look like?
No, it would be as if it was only like a cane, like a pointed edge of a cane. You're just seeing these little pointed spots,
little divots.
Little divots, exactly.
Yeah, it's too small to be the moose.
A moose in high heels?
A moose in high heels?
I mean, moose also have great calves. So
yeah, that moose has got to be gone. It didn't come through the portal with us.
Listen, I don't assume anything, especially about Fairuza's moose. But that being said, I was just thinking when Maeve was talking about, this kind of thing, the last time we saw something like this, it was moose tracks, but this is way too small.
I don't think I want to know what actually would make a footprint like a spike.
And they're in a line, right? They're not in any sort of like, it's not like they're spread out like
Survival
they could
check.
be okay.
Ooh.
Can I help with that since I'm over there looking for moose tracks?
You
and
can add
not
your
seeing any?
wisdom, yes.
So +4.
Okay. 17.
Okay. They're not following any pattern that makes sense to you. They're not in a line like do, 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 do. They're not, one followed by the other like footsteps. They're scattered in a way you're having trouble understanding.
I'm Fairuza?
As Maeve shares this information, Fairuza gasps.
No, that's what be written in the script, right? Right.
Fairuza gasps.
Oh, well, let me see here. I was once a dance teacher and I specialized in the waltz. And Robin's going to kind of step on one of the divots and kind of put her arms out like she's holding a partner. And then she's just going to go into the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and see if like her feet like match up to the divots in some way.
Well, good Lord, that's cute. Let's see. Let's do a perception check, but go ahead and take advantage on it just because I'm so it's like immediate inspiration.
Oh.
It's not the first time we've had to dance to solve a puzzle, right?
That is a 19.
A 19. You start to follow them like their dance steps. And at first when you do it doesn't work. Then you do it again, you try some other steps, and you start seeing that there are a few of these that are equidistant, that kind of lend themselves, but they're not in an order that makes sense to you. And as you start to find, and maybe you grab Pitham or grab someone to try to partner with you to see if you can match up the feet, and it's still not matching. Whatever this is, there is some equidistant pattern to it, but it is not bipedal or quadruped. It's not matching.
I'd like to look up what's... Neb thinks there's icicles that have dropped.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to look up and look for like, has this place been melting? And these are icicles that have formed. And then because this place is melting, they've dropped into the snow.
Directly above you, where you're seeing this, is mostly the mist. So whatever, if something dropped, it would have been higher than the 40 feet into the mist and you can't see it. Right here at the archway, the entrance into this room, there is some ornate decorations, kind of carved into the ice and some icicle decorations. And some of those are missing, but it does not appear to be enough to have made as many marks as are here.
Okay.
So Fairuza is going to be like, as much as I like dancing with you, Robin.
Okay, great. Fairuza was your partner. I love it.
I doubt something broke in here and started busting a move. However, I'm wondering if our unseen guest was lost and was looking for someone. And we're seeing confused footsteps.
Unseen guest?
Yeah, who are you talking about?
I don't know. We don't see them, but there's obviously, never mind. I'm not bringing up anything to you people anymore.
Wait, we think somebody was in here because there's some holes in the ground?
Yes. They look like footsteps.
Well, they're on top of our tracks, so...
They stepped on our tracks then?
They came in after us.
Whatever it is, left these marks after you were here.
But they're like perfectly in our tracks, and Silas just kind of meanders over there. Okay.
They're not perfectly in your tracks, just where they have appeared corresponding to your tracks. It's pretty clear that it happened after.
And it doesn't look like it went in one door and out another. They just kind of happen to be there.
You don't see any other exits to this space beyond the well.
Silas is going to fly. Well, wait. No,
and
the
cold, steps up, the staircase up.
You're going upstairs, Silas?
Well, no, because we're going to die of hypothermia if we do that right now, right? Because we're inside, or... Like, wait, did we go inside yet?
You're inside this palace room. It's just
Yeah.
that the ceiling is mist. So that you're not feeling wind. The walls seem to be buffeting. What you can hear outside is fairly.
I guess I'm trying to place the timing of this because I think Maeve was saying that she was doing this while Miss Robin was casting the ritual for
Yeah.
the
She saw some,
house.
and I think now that the house is done, you've all kind of migrated over
Okay.
to take a look together. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now Pivum went up and kind of took a look at him, and he even bends over and goes, kind of no smell. Most things leave a smell. Weird.
No smell.
All right, how about this? I'm going to close my eyes and count to 10. And as she does this, she's casting see invisibility.
You cast see invisibility. I should actually really. As you cast this, is this only? Sorry, folks. I don't want to give anything away. Okay, yes, great. Okay, fantastic. As you cast the invisibility, you start to scan this room, this space. You do not see any invisible creatures. However, across the archway to this room are thin strands of what appears to be like a grid, an almost perfectly right-angled grid of saliva, silk, some kind of almost like a checker box across the opening, the exit, leaving this space.
And we haven't been through that yet.
You guys did not exit this room as far as I know.
Ha. All right. Has anyone ever heard of a booby trap?
Yes.
You said booby.
And Robin will describe this grid over this arch. What do you think? And I can only see it because I can see invisibility. They can't see it, correct?
They can't see it. To you, it's almost like you get weird, like Matrix, like weird flashbacks to this. Like it even almost flickers a little bit to you, like it's a little bit in and out. Like there's a frequency attached to it, or it doesn't seem fully solid to you.
Is there snow on the ground or anywhere inside?
Mm-hmm.
Neva's going to grab a whole handful of snow and go like, well, let's see if we can see what Robin's seeing. I'm just going to throw like a not a snowball, but just like a whole handful of snow, like to try to coat whatever it is she's seeing.
It flies through. You see no reaction. It just goes through the door exactly as it would have for you. And Robin, same with you. There's a little flicker as the snow flies through, but it does not change the effect.
All right. I suggest we don't go through the archway until we've had a nice long rest. How's that sound?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Wait, does it look like a grid, like a tic-tac-toe grid, or does it look like a spider web type?
I thought we were taking a rest before we.
Okay, fine.
Well,
and now you know how it feels.
All Miss Robin said was taking a rest before we go through it. I think Fairuza and I would love to ask a whole bunch of questions, but we can ask them inside the hut and while we're getting warm, right?
Good night and good luck. And Silas literally just flies over to a corner and then floats down and lays down and tries to go to sleep.
In the hut. You've gone into the hut. So Silas has disappeared essentially into the hut. You can no longer see him as he finds a corner of this very safe little hut to sleep in.
All right. Well, you're taking a later watch then.
Watch? We're actually gonna watch each other now. I thought we'd all be safely asleep at
Just
the same time.
wake me up whenever you need to. But I'm just telling you right now, I am out of the old psychic energy or whatever powers all this cool stuff that I do. I'm out of it. And Silas is just going straight to sleep.
Okay.
I mean, Fairuza, I would like to think that we're safe, but I don't know. And I think I've just gotten used to us taking watches.
you're probably right. I mean, we're at a foreign place. We don't know. We really don't know what is through that archway, but we're gonna sleep right next to it. So maybe you're. But they can't really see us. So
Well, but also think about it this way. We don't know how long Ivy is going to be downstairs greeting everybody. And if she comes up in the middle of us sleeping and we're all asleep, she won't see us. She won't know where we are, and we won't know that she's there. So if we keep watches, if she arrives, then we can, greet her.
True. She might think we've left.
Maybe.
True. Okay. Very well. I wonder if I should. You know what? Do you guys mind if I sleep first, or is there someone who really wants to sleep before me? I don't have a preference, but I wouldn't mind crashing right now.
Well, I'm okay with any of them. Miss Robin, Fairuza, do either of you have a preference for when you want to take a watch?
Robin's walking into the sandcastle with her hand raised. She's just like, wake me up before you go. Don't hang me hanging on me like a yo-yo. And she like slams the door.
Silas has rubbed off on her.
Yeah.
And Silas barely hears that, like as he's like drifting off, and he literally just kind of mumbles under his breath. He's like, lost their damn minds, and he just finally like fades away.
Silas dreams of yo-yos.
Yeah. Silas, Fairuza, and Robin have all walked into the hut to go sleep. Maeve and Neb, if you are staying outside, I'd like a Constitution saving throw.
No, I think we all walked inside.
Okay, we're going inside the hut.
Yeah, because we can look out. So I don't. So at least until
inside.
Yeah, at least until we're dry and comfy again, and then maybe if we want to walk around outside. But yeah.
So you've come inside. It is quite comfortable in there. You can, build your little fire, burn whatever remaining flammables you have in your equipment, and that warms up the place really quick. Your clothes start to dry. Thank goodness. You are dripping as the water in them that had frozen starts to melt and then drip away. As Maeve and Neb, you take the first watch.
How long does it take for us to dry out?
Say about an hour.
Okay. I think for that first hour, Neb is just kind of... And then as soon as she's dry, she's going to look over at Maeve and go, do you want to sit in the throne?
So is the throne fully there, or was it ruined?
It's there. It's definitely still there.
Oh, I mean... Yes.
And she's going to immediately scramble. She's been thinking about sitting in that throne since Maeve was looking at it. And now that we're dry, she thinks it's safe.
So you climb out of the hut into the cold air. It is much darker and much colder. You pull your clothes around, you use your fire fist. You're dry, so it's not setting in that fast, but boy, is this definitely starting to be a cold, dark, stormy night. The wind outside is even stronger. As you hear that kind of buffeting against the edge. Oh yeah, it's just the sound of it sends a chill.
It might be a thing for the morning. It's really cold.
It is. I'm going to take a quick look through the arch, just out to the outside.
That's what I was wondering, what we can see through the arch.
So there is a long hallway processional before the actual exit. So you would have to go through the arch to actually see exterior.
And Neb is also going to just like rub at her side and test out her kidney and see what the weather's going to be like for the next 24 hours.
Wind and storm. Very, very much, and the weather here, you just feel and sense is not like weather on Earth, on Éarte, or in the Vale. It's kind of whips up into a frenzy across this entire planet, this entire sphere, and then goes away. It doesn't travel. It just kind of comes, ebbs and flows.
Oh, wow. I'm used to knowing what the weather's going to be like. I'm not used to figuring out what the weather's going to be like across the entire planet. I think it's a good thing we didn't go outside. It's going to be nasty for a while.
Mm.
As for your other question, and Neb is going to walk towards the throne.
Okay. You walk over towards the throne. It's quite large. A little bigger than you remember Ivy being, but she is also changing. She seemed bigger to you when you returned after your trip. But you kind of scramble up towards it. You don't stick to it, thank goodness. It is cold. But as you get up there, you even feel like your butt doesn't fit, but it is sort of worn, where someone else's very accustomed rear has kind of made its imprint, its mark on this icy memory foam.
How do I look?
You look like you're sitting on a throne made of ice. That's a little bit like a kid sitting on their parents' dinner chair.
Oh,
Just a
that's
wee
nice.
bit.
Thanks. Great.
No, I don't mean it in a mean way. You asked. I'm telling you the truth. It's a bit tall for you.
Well, you know
It'd
what,
be a
Maeve?
bit tall for me too.
Everything's a bit tall for you. I appreciate it. Now, I was just kind of hoping to.
Do you see anything interesting?
Do I feel anything interesting? Do I hear anything?
Perception check.
That I would love you to give me if you don't mind. +7.
Okay. The throne feels worn, like I said, like it has these grooves. As you sort of place your arms, you reach over far and place your arms on what, once must have been kind of the armrest. There is like a little groove and a little place where fingers and long nails, you notice, would have sort of entered into those grooves, very long nails. And as you're sitting and thinking, you do start to hear something in the wind. Sort of a clacking. It has a regular quality to it.
Coming from like outside or
outside this room, not in the room, not up in the mist.
Do I hear it as
It's
well?
faint.
I was about to ask, Maeve, do you hear that?
If you point it out, Maeve, yeah, it's possible if you want to make a perception check to see if you've got it, go ahead.
It's a 13.
A 13. You can't hear it as clearly. Here and there, you're maybe like a, but it's really mixed in with the wind. It's really hard to pinpoint.
It's very regular, whatever it is. It might be like branches against a tree, or maybe it's the creature that came in after we came in and is out there somewhere. I don't know if this actually matters because you were click, 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 click. Is it always in threes?
No.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. It sounded, I guess you dropped out for a second. I'm very keyed into those spheres
You're
doing
keyed
everything
into
in
the spheres.
threes.
This is
Yeah.
in fives. Because
Oh.
you asked, these are regularly in fives, groupings of 5.
Well, it's not our sphere friends because those are threes and this is fives. Everything's in odds.
That's strange.
Well,
That's odd.
right?
Should have thought of that first, but oh well, I'm tired. It's been a long day.
No, that's fair. I'll try to keep an ear out for it if it gets closer, but I guess we're not supposed to leave. I don't know if we want to go up the staircase and take a look around if it's cold enough. And I trust Miss Robin that whatever she saw, I don't want to be going through it.
I think we should probably.
Also, do you want to sit in the throne? Like, there's a really nice butt groove, and I know you said that I looked a small child, but it actually kind of feels
I'm
very
a bit.
fairy tale.
All right, I'll trade you.
And as I'm continuing to listen, just to see if I can pinpoint a little bit more like a direction or anything, I'm going to
Mhm.
get up out of the chair and bow to Maeve. So that
And
she can-
and Maeve, as Maeve sits down, everything sort of shimmers, and all of a sudden Maeve's in
Ooh.
like very regal velvet like
Yes.
robes with a very fancy tiara because
Slay.
why not?
Yes.
And sitting very, being extremely cool in my very fancy clothes in the chair,
my liege.
crossing my legs.
Is it liege? Is it what's the
I don't
general?
know.
Oh, my liege. You look very
Depends
handsome.
on which monarchy you're looking at.
Mm.
I think.
You
So
look
if you'd
very
like to
neat.
give
So
another perception check as you try to pinpoint this sound, Neb.
Sure. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's outside. It's some distance away. You do maybe think it's a little closer than before.
And do I have like a general that way,
Towards
or
the front.
okay? I'll stop bowing to Maeve and go, well, I'm hearing it from that direction. I don't know if it's because that's the closest doorway or something. It's pretty far away. So I don't know if we need to be worried about it just yet.
why don't we just go back inside just in case? Because I don't think it's a great idea in case it moves fast.
Okay.
It might be slow now, and if it goes fast, I am tired.
No, that's fair. That's a good idea. Because my only other suggestion before we went in, while it's still far away, Neb is going to eye the staircase to see, does it look like it's been cold enough that it's solidified?
Investigation check, unless you'd like me to do it.
Yes, please, actually. +6 for this one.
Definitely looks like it's starting to harden up. The cracks that you made before have some water and ice kind of starting to fill them up.
Well, I don't know if you keep saying you're tired, so maybe I shouldn't go climbing up the staircase, but at least your idea that it's going to solidify as it gets colder is true.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea to wait before we go climbing the beanstalk until we have our whole team. There are giants in the sky, you know?
Okay, I know what you're referencing, but also now I really want to go up there and see if there are giants in the a goose.
Well, if you know what I'm referencing, you know how many people don't make it out to that story alive.
Well, yes, but also I would not attack those giants, and I'm not going to steal any beans. I don't think I would. Anyway. All right. I mean, honestly, the way I was thinking about it was like, if that's a roof, and poking our head out to go look around, but you're probably right. We should go inside. And Neb will continue to walk towards the front of the hut, the entranceway to the hut, but she is very clearly.
Before I get up from the throne,
Is
there anything else I noticed? Do the armrests lift up? Is there a hidden
investigation check?
Oh, natural 20!
Hey!
So that's a 24.
Okay. There are no hidden compartments. However, there are absolutely slots for weapons, decorations, some kind of something. And as you are looking at the more specific pieces of this, not only are there's those grooves that Neb found for these extraordinarily long fingernails, but there are little indents along the spine where spikes or something might have come through. There, you're just noticing all kinds of extra little, there's the butt mark, and then there's also all these other marks from whoever it is that sort of formed this throne. It is outfitted. This is a top of the line, custom, bespoke model throne, ice throne for whoever commissioned it.
Okay. And does it look like Ivy, like sort of Ivy model based on what we've seen from her?
I mean, you know her to be the ruler of Tiber. Logical sense to fit. You have seen her nails grow since you've seen her. In terms of spikes on her back or weapons, you have not seen anything like that in relation to her yet. and for sure you see like, oh, that would fit a spear perfectly. That a trident would slide right in there. And they all seem a little bit larger than human, a little bit larger than your current size, or Ivy's for that matter.
Okay.
Find anything?
Lots of weapons space, which is always a great idea to have, but not great if you're fighting someone who's sitting in that throne.
True. It could also be ceremonial. I mean, you always hear about like thrones that are full of swords or something, right?
Yeah, I suppose not particularly comfortable. Also, the spine here looks like there's. Do you see all these?
Oh yeah.
So I think we're looking for a spiky friend. Hopefully a friend.
Stegosaurus. Don't tell Silas.
Well,
Either a very, very pokey cape or
someone who was a ruler of an ice planet who is able to manifest ice and icicles happen.
Mhm.
I mean, spikes are kind of cool.
I think it's a good look. And I sort of point to my horns. And as I do that, you notice that there's a little bit, they've grown a bit, and there's sort of is a new, in the new growth, there's almost, it almost looks like it's raindrops all around it, but they sort of have origins. And if you look really closely, you realize that they are showers. They look sort of like abstract showers.
Maeve, I know that you can just make yourself look like anything at all times. Are you like styling your horns?
What do you mean?
Well, like that, you've got like sedimentary layers that are different things. And this new ring is it kind of looks like showers. Have you been thinking about showers a lot?
I mean, we've been in a water planet, so that would make sense.
That's true. It's very cool. I kind of wish I could show you. I don't really have.
And I sort of feel like, okay, that's...
Can I find a wall or something that has some fairly reflective ice?
Reflective ice. Yeah, you find a pretty reflective. It's not going to be perfect. You're really just going to get sort of shapes more than
when
detail.
I look in the reflective ice, I want to look to see if my reflection times out the same way.
Give me a perception check.
Well, because you've
had that, yes.
I know.
I issue before.
I love that term.
22.
It does time out here.
Okay.
It is matching you pretty perfectly, other than the roughness of the ice.
Okay.
This is not the same effect that you noticed in the ice caves in the Vale.
Okay. Seems to be pretty standard fare ice. Otherwise,
nothing is surprising to you.
I sort of look at that, the new patterning, and go, oh, well, that's strange. All right.
It's very pretty.
Thanks.
I never would have thought of horns as being like layers of different things, but...
Me neither. Wasn't something I gave much thought to before. Wasn't exactly top of mind.
I mean, it's top of your head.
Now it's top of mind. But
yeah.
Wasn't priority before. I was suddenly wearing them all the time.
Do you mind if I ask?
Were you thinking a lot about scales and things?
Not until I had them, and now I think about them a lot.
Exactly.
Every time I stop being an animal and start being me, I look to see if I have a couple new ones.
So,
can I ask, do you like them?
I'm not sure.
They've got to grow on you?
They're doing that whether I like it or not. So.
See, I wonder if you think about it, if you can like adjust what the next ring is going to be. I wonder if I think about it, if I can adjust where the scales happen.
Be interesting to see.
Something to think about while we sleep. And I'll once again start to head for the tiny hut, even though Neb is still. She's gonna go in, but it's very obvious she's eyeing the staircase. She wants to go up.
You return to the hut, back inside. That cold from outside that was starting to nip into your bones gets dispelled by the warmth and the temperature inside the hut. You see your 4 friends still sleeping. Pivum has curled up next to Robin's backpack, and sort of curled up into a tiny little ball of just fur and beard and a little bit of cloth. Blending in very well with the snowy surroundings.
So in everybody's eagerness to get to sleep, nobody actually claimed the next watch. I know Robin usually likes to be woken up in the morning, like take the last one. And then Neb will just look between Fairuza and Silas. What do you think? Or Pivum, although Pivum...
Maybe
is it
Fairuza
fair
and
to ask
Pivum?
Pivum since he doesn't know us again?
Oh, that's right.
I mean, I trust him. It's not that I don't trust him. I just feel like it would be odd to ask him if he doesn't really know us anymore to...
Okay, what better way to get to know us than spending some time one-on-one with someone in the group? Getting to talk to him.
Well, if that's the case, then I'd
Hopefully.
say let him go with Robin since she reminds him of a sister, right?
That's true. Do you think Silas is going to try and kill us, though? We wake him up now.
Maybe. I mean, he did tell me how to wake him up, so maybe if I do what he asked, it won't be quite so sudden.
All right. So who are we waking up?
I guess it's Silas and Fairuza. That means you've got Fairuza.
Fair enough.
I'm assuming we're at the end.
Yeah,
of
you're at the end. You can, yes. It's
I
time.
go over to Fairuza and I say, the bar started 2 hours ago! Good morning.
God, is there any food around here? I had a weird dream and I was starving in it.
Neb just reaches into her bag and pulls out the last berry she has. She is crouched over Silas and was about to start like softly singing and is now waiting to see whether the bar happening in an hour is going to wake the both of them.
I'll have to fight Silas for it later. Give it to me now.
I mean, I can do more. Yeah. I'll look back.
Okay.
Had Silas woken up by...
I don't think so. Silas was pretty tired.
All right.
He's
So
not going to wake up?
Well, he didn't wake up from Maeve's joke, in other words.
I'm going to lean in fairly close to his ear and softly start to sing, I don't know what you told me to sing, but I'm singing because you said to wake you up by singing. Wake up, Silas. It's time for you to do a watch.
And then Silas just comes, wake me up inside. And he starts like minor illusioning, like rock music.
Shh. No.
Just,
Okay.
It's so evanescent.
It's very sparkly and evanescence. Yes, absolutely. No, Robin and Pivum are still asleep. Shh.
You hear Pivum go.
We were doing a thing.
We were doing a thing.
Yeah,
Next
okay.
time you'll do the third watch, and then you can do that and wake everybody up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, everybody loves being woken by that.
By evanescence.
All right. Yeah, so what's the deal? Me and Fairuza? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we figured that Pivum would probably feel the most comfortable with Robin right now, and Robin usually likes the early morning.
No, Crash
Yeah,
likes me the
besides-
best. What are y'all talking about?
He did before he forgot who we
I
were.
get that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he liked me the best? I was kind of just saying that in normal, like, bravado.
I think, yeah.
But do you
I
really
think
think he
yeah,
liked me the best before
I-
he like
He likes
got all
you.
his memories
little
back?
creeped out, but that's okay.
I mean, you know what? Once we get to know him again, you can find out.
Challenge accepted.
I mean, Robin didn't try and appear him naked in the shower.
Oh, come on.
That'll work.
I mean, that was not like malicious intent. I mean,
I know
like,
it actually wasn't, and that's what
I
scares
mean,
me.
listen, if any of y'all ever lost your memories and like you love showers as
I'm
much
telling
as
you
Crash,
now,
I'd show
if
y'all
I ever
naked,
lose my
too.
memories, don't start out by showing me naked in the shower to myself or to
Remember
anyone
this.
else for that matter. Just putting it
all
on
right.
record now.
Okay. I mean, in
Oh.
hindsight, like hindsight works that way. Like you can kind of understand these things. But,
I do.
in the moment, I was just trying to help.
Yeah, you did help though. You did. We're just taking the piss as usual. You ready?
It's true. It's true.
Well,
Did we
well,
titch? Did you just say taking a piss?
Taking the piss.
The piss.
I have friends that live in the UK.
Shake
It rubbed
your
off.
ass. It's rocking.
well, if you decide to go take the piss outside, just be really careful. There's a creature or there's a noise. There's something outside.
To be fair, I was thinking of like, kind of adding that as the mortar for the steps earlier when I saw you but then I was like, nobody's going to want to walk on
Can
that.
you
So
keep your
I'm
bodily
sure I do
fluids to
appreciate
yourself?
that too.
that's what I'm saying, Maeve.
Thank
So like
you.
sometimes in the moment, you make the wrong call. Sometimes you make the right call. Me not pissing all over the steps was the right call. Maybe I shouldn't have shown Pivum in his skivvies. Now, again, skivvies is a little bit strong here for Pivum too.
Skivvies are in your underwear, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Like
I thought so.
skivvies. So we're saying skivvies are okay. That's where we're drawing the line. Skivvies are okay.
I mean,
but
I would
naked
say,
is not.
please don't show me in my skivvies either.
Okay, so why are you making that distinction now? Skivvies or buck naked is apparently bad, and I'm saying that I made the wrong call in that moment. But I made
Fair
the
enough.
right call when it came to not, relieving myself all over the stairs. So,
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed. Your heart's in the right place usually.
Sometimes we have to remember that you do awesome things by saying things, especially healing, and that sometimes the things you
Yes.
say are just not going to be the most awesome. That's okay.
Wow, that was like such a passive insult wrapped in a compliment. Like, Neb, I'm pretty proud of you. Like that's pretty well done.
I'm
Thank
rubbing
you.
off on her.
I've been learning
Oh.
from the best. Anyway, I'm
Make
gonna go.
high
Yeah,
fives,
y'all
Neb.
go to sleep.
Yeah, but yes,
before
I
anybody
was
else
being
rubs off
serious.
on anybody.
You wanted us to make sure last time you told us that you didn't want us to not tell you important things. Important thing, there's something nearby that seems to be getting closer. It's
What?
making steps
I
or
mean,
something.
that's like M. Night Shyamalan walking out of that damn house being like, hey, there's one of them in there in the cupboard. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, why
Well,
would you do that? It's like, he's all
because-
like normal and he's like, be careful in there. I got one of them in the cupboard.
Well, there's two things. First off, we're telling you so that you don't nope. Second off, we're telling you so that you can stay in here where it's safe instead of out there where potentially the thing can get through the invisible thing that Robin saw.
The thing.
Gosh, do we think
That's what we're
things can get
calling it
through the
now?
invisible barrier?
All I know is I heard something that went click, 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 click in fives. So it might actually be just like, trees in the wind because it's also going to be really nasty tomorrow.
It
Sorry.
could just be a really little horse.
It could be a really
Wait
little
a
horse. It
minute.
could be a pony.
With an extra leg.
Bye bye, little Sebastian.
I wonder if I can make a small
Left
horse
us
that
in the
isn't a.
You turned me into a horse.
satisfaction.
Well, no, I can't right now because remember, if I do,
You're
I'll
1
break the thing, and I
million
promise I will.
candles in the wind.
And if I try to turn into a little horse and I still become a big horse, then the thing is gonna.
All right, okay.
I'm going
all
to
right.
bed.
Yeah, y'all
All
go
right.
to sleep.
Yes.
But wait a minute. You guys told me there was no unseen guest. So who's lying here?
No, it's not that it's an unseen. It's outside, and we can't. I just heard it, and it was very far away. And for all we know, it is just rattling stuff in the wind. But I'm making an assumption that you would rather know than not know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Definitely true.
That's
And
true,
with
yeah.
that,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to
Did
go
you-
to sleep and think
did-
about ponies.
Maeve has put on her hoodie and now it has two little holes for her horns to poke out of. So now there's just like a little face under the hoodie.
Oh,
The horns
Oh,
poking out.
It's like a
the
kickaroo.
drawstring
Robin with the
Yeah.
holes.
and then little horns. Fantastic. So as Neb and Maeve find comfortable places to fall asleep, Robin has remained asleep. Pivum
Robin?
See, he's
Um,
dreaming about that. Like,
even his little legs are running a little bit in his sleep as he turns over and gets comfortable. Again, we pick up with Silas and Fairuza in the hut, looking out into the palace. It is quite dark. You are inside this little hut, so you feel protected, but it is darkening rapidly.
Silas.
Very important question before I decide what Silas does right now. Did he get enough rest?
No.
Yes. Oh, he didn't?
It
Oh,
was
no.
not very long yet.
No, you have not
Oh.
gotten your full long rest.
Why in the hell did they wake me up that early?
Uh-oh. Did you get a short rest, or it doesn't matter?
You did not get a short rest. You got a half of a long rest.
Okay. Let's see. Let me do something here. I thought I got a long rest. I have to fix it now.
Oh, no.
Man. Cheating over here.
Apologies.
All right.
Hold on.
So Fairuza, like, I'm still super, super tired. And so, like, I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing.
That's okay.
Just
You
gonna
can
float
just sit
in the
here and do
corner.
nothing. I can talk to you. You don't have to talk.
I'm not gonna go to sleep or anything. And like he starts like continuing to doze off.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
She's like
no,
shakes
I'm
him.
not gonna. Yeah, I'm awake. I'm awake. Like, gosh. Leave me alone.
Silas, listen to me. I think we have a situation here. I think that Maeve is turning into my moose.
Yeah, she is getting pretty horny lately.
You know what, Silas?
What?
Remember what Nev said right before
She had
we came out?
horns. She literally has horns. What are you talking about? What is the adjective of having horns, or whatever that word would be?
She's getting hornier. No.
With
Hornier,
horned.
yeah, whatever.
Behorned.
None of these
I
are
don't know, come up with
improving
something
that statement.
better. Come up with something better.
She's getting antlered. Okay.
There's something. Yes. I don't know, maybe. Just a thought. No? I don't know. Weirder things have happened here. I'm now the tallest person in this group. I think we started that way, but I'm still the tallest in the group. Neb now has very cool skin. Robin has a bag full of dolls that she crawls in.
Like, that didn't
You
feel
know?
like that belonged in that item in a series, but
Yes.
yeah, I'm still following you. Like, some
Yes,
weird
and
stuff.
like we all have special powers, all this stuff, but this is like, I'm wondering if there's even another layer of what we're going through. Are you smelling what I'm cooking right now?
What are you talking about? Do you have food?
No, I would actually like to plead the fifth on that one. Are you hungry?
I'm starving always. Like, there's nothing to eat in this place. Like, it is all like, I mean, like, what am I supposed to eat? Seaweed? Like, honestly.
Now, here I will pose.
I'm so tired of good berries. Don't tell Neb, but I'm so tired of them. Like, I mean, I'm super grateful that she keeps making them where we don't die. But, like, honestly,
What do they taste like to you? Do they taste different to everybody? Or do they taste the same to everybody? Do we ever ask that question about good berries? They all have the same taste to everybody, or is it like the blueberry in the Wonka house? We're like, oh, this wouldn't taste like a beef sandwich. You know what I mean?
Did something taste like a beef sandwich in the Wonka house?
No, Silas. I'm wondering if all of us have the same flavor goodberry, or do our perceptions make the good berries taste different to each of us?
I mean, I don't know. Like, it tastes blue. You know, like when you get one of those drinks that's just blue and you don't actually know what fruit it is.
Blue's a
It just
flavor, you're
tastes
right.
blue to me. Yeah.
Blue's a flavor. Yeah. That's why way back in the day I was trying to see if we can maybe figure out some like flavoring that can be added to the good berries, and then we'd be all set. Like a bacon good berry,
See,
an
I think
avocado.
I don't know. That might be disrespectful though, because again, like she's doing like a real service, because we probably would have died already.
She's doing God's work out here.
She
Speaking
really
of God's work, I have an idea. Feel free to say absolutely not. But we could go out and try to find some sustenance and think about what heroes we would look like if we came back here with something to eat for all of our.
Like a little horse on a skewer.
A horse on a skewer? What would we get?
Yeah, like they're talking about, like a tippity tap little horse or something. Bye bye, little Sebastian.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I mean, you were
Okay,
saying going hunting, right? Like, I mean, did I completely misinterpret what you were getting at?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the spiky foot thing that,
Well, that's
Ned said.
probably like a horse or something, is what I'm saying. Maybe it's your moose.
Oh no, we're not killing my moose. That my moose is Maeve.
See, that's the debate, right? It's okay to like kill other things and eat them, but not your moose. Is that what we're trying to say?
Well, if my moose is here, maybe it has a message for us. I don't know. It's just really, it's all very cyclical. All of this. Do you understand?
No, not at all. Not in the slightest. I don't understand anything about what's going on.
I'm trying to make some connections here, Silas. Like, I mean, I like the idea of staying here in this hut and having this meaningful
Okay,
time with you.
I'm looking around if stuff is just clicking. Like I thought that was just feedback on my headphones.
The clicking noise?
Yeah, like do you hear that?
Yes.
I'm looking out. Do I see anything?
You do not see anything in this room, no.
Maybe
Nothing
it's a voice.
outside?
Maybe it's talking.
Like what I'm saying is, aren't the walls like transparent?
They are
Yeah.
semi-transparent, but they're,
Okay.
they're thick ice. I mean, this would be like looking through 2 feet of, ice. You're
Oh,
not
I
seeing.
thought the magic allowed us to see out.
Oh, see out of the tiny hut. Yes,
Yes,
you can
yes,
see out of the
yes.
tiny hut, but the walls of this palace room are
it.
pretty.
But you're
somewhat
saying
small.
when you're saying that I don't see anything in this room, you're not talking
You-
about the hut.
I'm
You're
talking about the
hut.
palace room.
Okay, got it.
The throne room. You do not see anything in the throne room, no. But yes, there is a distinct pattern of 5 clicking, clacking.
Does that sound familiar to you, Silas, at all?
Lord no. And then Silas is going to float over to the wall, and then I'm just going to like start rapping, like on the wall with my
Inside the hut, or are you going to go outside?
inside the hut. I'm not going outside. No.
You rap on the
Absolutely.
wall of the hut. You just as loud. You do hear it clearly, though. It is not the sound that Neb described, which was like far away, maybe a tree.
I just don't think we should like wait like we're like cornered in here. I think we should at least like get an idea.
There's a difference between being cornered and being protected. And who knows? This might be a little horse, and it might just be super happy to see us. And it's like, oh my gosh, I got abandoned in this horrible, nightmarish place. Like, I'm so glad that you are my saviors now. And then, like, we can, show it at fairs one day. Like, I'm just saying, like, this is just like we're protected in here, not cornered. And as I was trying to tell everybody when I came in and just completely zonked out, like my reserves are like out. So if we go out there, like, I don't know, I trick y'all into thinking you feel better all the time. And I don't think I can do a lot of that right now.
Oh, so yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Here's my question about tiny hut business just in general.
Yeah.
So even though they can't see us, if something were to like throw like a great axe at it, would it go through it and hit us or no? So protected. So it's like a dome sort of. Okay,
It's a dome.
Yeah.
You are basically 100% protected within this dome. They can't sense you, but magic cannot go in or out.
Physically either. Okay, cool.
Physically either,
Got
yeah.
it. Yeah, I think you're right then. It's worrying though. Did Maeve or Neb say that they left the hut when we were sleeping at all, or did they stay inside and just heard the noises? Do you remember, Silas, what they said?
Oh no, I have no clue. I mean, knowing Neb, she probably went out. But I guess I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she did.
All right.
She always be going though. She really does.
This one is
Hello?
clearly in the long procession hall on the other side of that archway. It is very distinctly coming
So
from that
what are the
direction.
door physics of this little sandcastle situation?
The door physics of this is that there is a door that opens and closes to this sand castle. You can see through, the walls of all this is transparent, so you can see out. Nothing can see in.
Okay.
But yeah.
But what I'm saying
Mhm.
is it like a handle that opens to the
Sure. It's
inside?
really whatever
Robin
Robin
did.
wanted it to
Robin,
be.
what kind of door is this?
It's a sliding door. It's a screen door.
Like what? It's that kind that gets stuck in the track all the time. That's gonna make everything like super hard.
I picture it like on a castle you have those two wooden double doors with the big clock, like the big ring handles that you
So like super hard to open and completely against everything. that it's trying to do. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Okay. So
they're
all right,
magically lightweight.
she said it. She said it. All right. So Fairuza, like, so
Yep.
here's my thinking. Like, I don't want to let in too much cold air and like, hypothermia take us all. But like, what if that is a little horse out there and it needs our help? That's all I'm saying. Like,
Oh no!
like and so what I'm saying is if you get on one door and I get on the other, I think Miss Robin like told me randomly one time that it was like they're kind of magically lighter than they look. And so
Yeah.
like we're gonna get over here and we're gonna like open it up real quick and then we're gonna call out little horse, are you okay? And then just see what happens.
Yeah.
But because listen, we have protections in place because we've heard that, like, I don't know how Miss Robin would know this either. It's like she reads this stuff in a book or something. But it's like she said that people can't come into the sandcastle, that she doesn't let come into the sandcastle. So she hasn't
Some
let
juju stuff. I don't know what's happened there. That's
she
really
hasn't
like
let
some
little
voodoo, whatever.
Sebastian. So I don't think that
Yeah.
whatever little Sebastian is out there is going to actually be able to get in here with us. But then at least we can see what it is, maybe. And then if it's something like a little baby that's like somebody abandoned out in this ice tunnel, or something else. I don't know why a baby would tippity tap like that, but whatever it is that needs our help, we can be like, oh, hey, Miss Robin, wake up now and like let this little poor creature in here.
That's
and
my
at least
worry.
we would know.
It's something that is lost. That's what I was thinking.
Right. Yeah, of course. Like we're just trying to help.
Yeah.
So you get on one door, I get on one door. We're going to just open and call out, see if it shows itself. And then if it is something horrible,
you're going to say something?
Yeah, I'll say something.
Okay. I can amplify you. I do have the ability to amplify your voice.
Oh, I can amplify myself.
You're kidding me.
And I absolutely can. And like my voice is like way louder than it should be. For
Oh no, Kevin and Robin. One goes, what's going on? Everybody okay? You're good. Everybody okay?
Spider horse.
Little crash now. And then like I'm going to all right, you get on that.
Okay.
I got this one. And then on 3. Like I'm gonna say 3 and I'm not gonna say go though, just on 3, right? Right.
Okay, but not too loud because not too loud. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Open the door. Hello, little horse.
Forensic cast thaumaturgy.
Hello, little horse. So the entire palace kind of, rumbles with this voice.
And Silas is kind of like fake slapping at her.
As this moves through, and a few more icicles do fall from the ceiling in this moment. Kind of.
This is how the avalanches happen.
Splattering on different sides, and then silence.
Oh.
Yeah, come here, little horse. It's okay. We're friendly.
And patterns are 5, but a little bit off. You see a shadow fall across the archway as something stops.
Right. What does the shadow look like?
Perception.
You can do that. It is a 1.
Of the doorway.
It covers the whole doorway, the shadow. You think you see one sort of limb of some kind reaching around the edge.
Does it have a hoof on it?
It does not have a hoof on it, no. You
Is
can't
that a
see
hoof?
that clearly.
What is it, Silas?
Are you a little horse or some other creature that needs help?
Yeah.
And I'm like raising my voice just enough that I think it won't wake everybody up. It's okay. We're friendly.
Around the side of the door, 3 of its spiked legs on the ground and the other 2 of its legs up on the side of the wall, a creature that is somewhat spider-like but appears to be made of rock and moss. There's green growing along the top of it. It kind of sharp, spiky points on its feet as it digs into the ice around it and moves through that archway. It bends its back, and on the top you can see almost what looks like a raspberry or a globule of some kind. It's all kind of greenish brown on the center of what must be its back, its sort of carapace. And it just continues now into the room, searching for this voice.
I am going to is it oh Lord, I don't want it to get that close. Never mind. Can you understand me? Can you understand me?
It stops. Its eyes, this globule of little blobs on its back, seems to lock on the hut, which is it can see as a feature in this space, and it begins to rush as
Close the
fast
door,
as
close the door, close the door, close the
slam
door.
the door closed. It runs up towards, looking at it from inside. You see it climb up. Again, it has 5 legs and sort of a circling around the central body. As it does, you can see a mouth on its lower abdomen. It is filled with tiny little spiky teeth, and it as it tries to open and close on
Can someone
this
please clip that?
sandcastle. When it realizes it can't, it backs up as it moves around the edge, trying to test it. It picks up one of its little sharpie pointed feet.
Maybe it's one of Ivy's pets or something.
Hey, listen, that ain't no small horse.
No, it isn't. But I'm saying maybe that's like a dog here.
Does any of this wake us up?
I mean, depends on how loud they're being.
Yeah,
It's not making any noise other than.
Okay, I wasn't sure when it climbed on top of the hut if that was enough.
So Fairuza,
It's not scrambling at it. It's just.
I don't think it needs help. It looks like it belongs in this environment. And
Yeah, I
so
think
we're
it's
just going to
fine.
leave it out there until everybody gets rested up, until I get all the, Tesla charge going on here and these, psychic reserves. And then,
Okay. We'll just keep an eye on it, and then when it's our time to take another nap, we'll wake Robin up and we'll just tell her there's something on the building.
Yeah, and
we'll
Shyamalan her too. We'll be like, yeah, I got one of them in the cupboard.
Just by the way, we summoned something from the other room.
Hey, no big deal.
Night.
Yeah.
All right.
It comes around, having done its sort of cursory check of the outside of this sandcastle, and back to where it thinks it sort of heard the voice. It turns its legs underneath itself and kind of settles down. Its mouth, its belly, its maw kind of settled on its tucked arms underneath it. And as it does, this little globule of eyes or balls, whatever they are, starts to sort of glow and flash as it just kind of settles itself in a little pulse.
Is he sleeping, Silas? Don't make any more noise.
Why? I don't think it can hear us. And
How loud were they when they were making noise?
Your friends?
Yes, our friends.
I mean, other than the first thaumaturgy, they've been talking at, I'd say, a regular, if not quieter.
I am speaking at the voice Silas would be speaking.
Yeah. Regular tone. Are you asking if you would have woken up?
Yes.
Okay. Let's roll a perception.
Don't tell anyone we brought it here.
If you want to have heard that and woken up, you can.
Like, hey, listen, I guarantee y'all when they were on their watch, they were like, oh, like we're gonna find this out. It wouldn't surprise me if Neb went outside. So
I agree.
We're perfectly
Neb probably
fine.
went right outside.
Exactly.
Is the thing on top of its back
Mhm.
the same kind of glow
Mm-hmm.
as our globy friends? When they like, does this thing look like when our globy friends would assemble into their raspberry?
Perception check,
Oh boy.
or even an insight if you prefer.
I think they're the same for me. Oh no, they're not. 15.
Okay. When the globbies glowed, it had personality. This feels almost like a frequency signal, like the top of your TV back in the old days. It's just a very steady, almost like radar.
Did Maeve wake up?
She did.
Yeah.
She's looking out.
So,
So you see this thing with its arms tucked under. You can't tell what the
Yeah,
bottom
I'm seeing
half
it
of
just sort of
it's
as
just it looks
like a
basically
rock
like
with a
a
thing.
rock with
Yeah.
grass on it and this weird sort of mushroomy growth on its back that is now pulsing with light.
so Maeve, this clicky clack thing that y'all were talking about, like that's pretty much like a rock spider of some sort. It's got a glow. It's got like glowy balls on it, and like
I'm
it's
gonna
just,
let
like,
you
walking.
deal with glowy balls.
Yeah.
And I sort
that's
of
fine.
just tuck myself back into bed.
Good night.
All right, she goes back to sleep because she has also not had her 8 hours yet.
So that's the thing though, Fairuza. Like, I mean,
What?
this, I just keep coming back to this, but I'm just going to keep coming back to it. Like,
Okay.
why could Ivy not have given us like a walkie-talkie or whatever the equivalent of that would be?
Where did she even go?
I don't know. She
ascended.
stayed behind. It seems like, honestly, it seems a little rude because she's like, "Hey, go and save the entire planet or wherever we are," and then she's like, "Oh, hey, thanks so much. Like, wait, I've got guests. Like, can y'all just go away for a little while?" And then like it's been hours at this point, and she's
True.
nowhere to be seen unless that's her. Unless she turned into a rock spider. I don't know.
Like no hospitality, without
Yeah.
so much as a by your leave.
So weird sometimes with like the stuff you say. I mean, I like it, but it's so weird. I don't know anybody else that talks like you.
I think this place is affecting me more than I thought. All right,
Well,
so
it's
here's
great.
the
It's a
plan,
good look
Silas.
on you. Yeah.
Here's the plan. We stay put
Well, yeah, that's a
until
great
everybody
plan.
else wakes up.
I mean, FYI, that's what I said when I first got up because I'm like, I ain't slept enough yet.
But we have something standing outside the house.
It doesn't matter. We're protected in here. Miss Robin's sandcastle is incredibly firm. Like, I don't know how that works, but it is.
Robin would also, you would all be aware that at the end of 8 hours, which will be the end of Fairuza and Silas's watch, it's going to disappear.
What's going to disappear?
The hut.
Oh,
the
I
hut.
thought
I was like, the spider? Good.
I thought Robin and Pippin had the last watch.
Yeah,
They
no,
do,
like,
but it's only, this is only going to last.
well, no. You only have to get 6 hours of the 8 hours to have a
within
long
that.
rest. And so in 2 hours, I'm waking Robin up to get my
Okay,
other 2 hours.
so you
Okay,
can get
yeah.
you can get
100%,
2 more
yes.
hours out of that. Yes.
But the idea of just as everybody gets their
Yes.
long rest.
It's going to disappear. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's fine. I've had a long rest, and then I will
All right.
unleash all hell's fury.
It's not gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
So
There is no fine in the vicinity.
Narrator. It was not fine.
It was not.
Spoiler
so-
alert. Not
just hide and
fine.
Hide and watch. All right. So yeah, I'm just sitting around and
Start forming
basically
your
playing
initial
that out.
thoughts. on
As
what
you
think.
are what you spend the rest of your watch keeping an eye on this. A second one shows up
It's still fun.
as it comes and sits down next to the other one, curling its legs underneath, settling down. Another just rock with moss and some, mushroom growth. Very well camouflaged, except for the fact that this is ice surroundings. And it too sends out whatever this frequency beacon of its is.
So
Do you think it's
There are now two.
calling reinforcements with that? Do you think it's calling reinforcements with that
yeah,
signal?
I'm sure it is, but like again, like we're not going to be able to do much with it, like and until we get some
You
rest.
both need 2 more hours of sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm waking up Miss Robin,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, all right, so not to alarm you or anything, because I'm sure it'll be fine. But
But the
there are
good news,
these
the
like,
bad news.
no, it's all bad news.
Okay,
So
yes.
there's no good news. So Miss Robin, like there are these rock spiders out there. I think they're calling more of them. They don't look like spiders like that, and he's like pointing over, like they just look like they have glowing balls, like right there. And but like they're like rock spiders.
They're just
And
out
they like,
there.
yeah, that's the thing that's been doing the tippity tap
Yeah,
thing.
so Robin, you really just see 2 big rocks that weren't there before sitting outside. Pivum gets up and he sort of rubs his eyes and he gets up, he looks.
Do you know what
His
that is?
jaw drops. His
You know what that
face
is?
goes absolutely pale, as white as his beard, as he steps backwards to the very back of the hut away from it, hiding behind Robin as much as he can, as he points and goes, Chirok.
What?
Chirok.
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 It does look like a rock, yeah. Like
What does it mean, Pivim?
what is it?
Oh,
He tries to gather himself, his breath going faster and faster as he starts to try to center himself. And he
Oh,
looks
no.
up to you and he says, The Chilrock, soldiers of Zola. How could they possibly be here?
Oh, I don't know. Isn't Zola like nice to you though?
wait. Oh my God.
Zola is my queen.
Yes.
If she sent the soldiers,
Oh my
it is
God.
not good.
And then they know we're in here.
So what, they're gonna like fight us, you think, Crash?
He throws up his hands. He says, I have never been this close to a Chilrock.
Oh.
It'll be all right. Listen, Miss Robin, I hate to do this to you, but I have got to get some sleep.
I hate to
And
do this to you, but I'm
so,
going to sleep now. I'm gonna
like, wake me up when this thing starts to dissolve, and then I'll be ready. Got it?
Sadly, we do have to sleep because there's some regeneration thing we all have to do. And I think that when this thing
The
melts, we're
rules
gonna
of
have to.
this place are really weird.
It's weird.
It's fine. I've got it. Everything will be all right. I will watch over
Hey,
your dead
maybe
body. I mean,
since our dead
your
bodies, is that what you just
sleeping
said?
bodies is what I meant to say.
That's wonderful, Miss Robin. But maybe like, don't you like, I don't know, like, can you do the house thing faster? Like, are you able to do it faster, or does it always take like 10 minutes?
No, I don't
Sandcastle?
think I could build an entire sand. I know that I've won many competitions in my day,
Oh.
but I need time.
Yeah.
You can't
Okay.
rush art.
Well, I definitely agree with
true.
that. But yeah, just be thinking of what we can do with these chill rocks. It'll be fine. And then chill rocks a little on the nose, by the way, Crash. But yeah, speaking of crashing, and Silas like floats
Crashes.
floats
Floats
away.
over. Pivum stays glued to the back of the hut, kind of trying to stay as far away from the image of these rocks in front of you. And Robin, you've not seen them do anything other than sit there as rocks and glow. As Pivum slowly kind of moves around the edge, trying to kind of see if they move, that he can be aware. He will not take his eyes off of them.
It's okay, Pivim. It's okay. We're safe in here for at least a little bit while longer. We can come up with a plan or something while we wait.
Why would she send the Chilrock?
I suppose Ivy and Zola don't get along, right?
Right.
Could this have something to do with the fact that we killed Tauron?
Oh, you killed Toleran.
Maybe. Yes, probably. Yes.
You killed a ruler?
Maybe.
And you
yeah.
see memory and flashing, flooding over Pivim as he starts to remember the old stories, and he looks up at you. Oh, I understand. Children of Éarte.
Yes.
You are the only ones who can kill the rulers.
Oh, really?
Says the stories who can defeat them, yes.
They can't defeat each other?
I'm sure of each other, but other than that, just
Interesting.
you. Just all of you. And you say you've defeated Talron.
Well, yes.
Oh no. Zola will have felt that. Perhaps she didn't send the chill rock after Ivy.
Oh,
Perhaps she sent them after you.
you think that she knows that we're here or that we exist? Like, what if she just thinks that it was Ivy who did it? Because technically Ivy was there and...
Perhaps that is why she sent them here. But she has a way of communicating with them. If anything, they know this hut is here now. And she does too.
Well, we've got the upper hand. We've got time to think about what we're going to do.
I just don't know how they got here.
Well, if
Zola
they...
knows no way to this land unless things have changed.
But this is good news for you because you want to go home, and maybe if there's a portal or
Wait.
something...
We could follow them back to Lorilia, you say?
Yes.
His eyes get wider. He comes off the back of the wall and begins to slowly make his way forward towards them cautiously. As he looks over, he says, yes, we could follow their footsteps if we could only defeat them. And if we could make it before Zola, we could find a way home.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Well, how do we stop them?
Our magic, I suppose. We're powerful. We've got this stuff that only Éarte children have, right? Gumption is what I call it.
Right. Gumption. Yeah. Well, there's only 2 of them now. That's the good news. If any more show up, we could be in trouble. But for now, I suppose we could take 2.
Do they usually come in groups? Or are there,
That beacon, that flash, that communicates with Zola, and she'd send more if she could, and they could home in and find their way here. Depends how many she sent, how close they are with how soon they'd come.
Okay, now I think that time is not on our side because we have to. Well, Pivim, you and I, we're rested.
Yes.
But we shall wait until I'm just thinking if we wait too long, maybe there will be a dozen of them. And
Oh no!
Oh no!
What could we do?
Hmm.
We'd never make it past a dozen.
You're right. Let me think. It's okay. We've got stuff. We've got gumption.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Perhaps I could do. I have my wave, my thunder. It might bring the whole palace down. I don't know, but it would do something to maybe get started.
Do we have any way of contacting Ivy?
Oh.
We need her.
Well, she's down in the water, right? Well, I could turn into an animal that I could jump in the well and go down and get the reinforcements. Maybe those fish people.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is an
Okay.
idea. All right,
Great
but okay, let me think about this. Okay.
I can conjure some creatures to come and help us. I don't know what creatures there are in this area, but I could see what I could bring.
I like this idea. All right, we'll be very quiet. We'll open the door for you. You turn into a little rat or something, and I'll make sure that you can go extra fast.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'll run and jump in the well.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Find Ivy and tell her and get her up here.
Okay.
Okay.
Starts to kind of and he is he's gonna save his transform into us. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna run as me. Really
Okay.
fast.
Okay.
And then I'll turn into some kind of a swimming creature when I get over there.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
All right. And she's gonna place her hand and just be like, ride like the wind, Bullseye, and cast haste on
Okay.
him.
He's got haste. He waits at the door. He says, "You get the door, and I'll run."
Okay. All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
You open the door. He bolts out. As soon as he gets out there, he almost stops to freeze as these two creatures immediately unfold their legs up, growing twice in size. Pivum is tiny compared to him. He's going to roll and see if he can get past them.
Oh.
He starts to run, just beginning to overcome his fear, but he's slower than he should be, even with haste on. He's a little faltering. He slips on the ice as he continues to run through. They turn, their legs beginning to spring out as if they're going to try and spear him. You're going to cast slow? Go ahead.
Yes.
What do I do?
I have it. Okay, I have it here.
It's okay.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Okay. I alter time to up to 6 creatures, so I choose those 2 creatures.
Great.
They take a -2 to AC.
Okay.
And their dexterity saving throws, a penalty to dexterity saving throws. And they can't use reactions. On its turn, it can use an action, a bonus action, or not, but not both. Regardless, blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah.
Okay. As it runs past, it's going to attempt. Each one is going to attempt their jabs at him as he runs.
Its speed is halved if I didn't say that.
Yes. Okay. That one. Okay. So as he runs by, it does seem like it's almost like time slows down because they're going slower than normal. And Pivum, who has his haste on, is trying to run, but he's just kind of moving normal speed, and it just misses his back as he kind of arches his back. Another one comes in front of him. He jumps over that leg and continues to slide as he gets down on his butt and skids along the side towards the well as another one just misses him. The fourth tries to come down on top of his head and jabs into the earth, into the ice below, making one of those little nicks that Maeve saw as he slips over the edge of the well, and you just see the little tail of a seal as he disappears into the water below. As soon as it misses, it turns and starts to move back towards the hut where you are.
Door closed.
Door closes. Again, comes up to the hut as it starts to kind of try to test it. It then turns around slowly. One of them curls back up, sitting outside of the door, waiting, almost as if it could wait its entire life. The other one, however, moves towards the well, and you watch as it moves its legs over on top of the well and settles its body down. It hums. And it does that for about a minute as you watch it hover and vibrate over the edge of that well. It then moves away, tucks its legs under itself, and sits back down.
Robin will sit quietly in the middle of the hut and wait for her friends to wake up.
As you're waiting, time seems to go so slow. All you want are them to wake up. You also know this hut is going to disappear at the end of this 8 hours. You're waiting for Pivum and Ivy to return through the well. Time is ticking so slowly as these creatures outside just pulse with their light. Finally, flying out from underneath, you see Pivum as he shoots through the well. However, in his seal form, as soon as he reaches air and turns back into Pivum, he locks up tight, almost as if paralyzed, and lands on his side on the ice at the side of the well, unable to move, his eyes unblinking, staring at these two creatures that rise up again on their 5 spikes and begin to walk towards him. As you continue, anything you want to do right now?
Robin knows that she can't leave the hut or
Okay.
it disappears, so she just opens the door and says, "Hey, you big bullies, over here."
As you try to wave and get them to hear you or look at you from this place, you see a long arm with long nails on it come out from the water. Another one. Ivy rises, pulling herself up. She is almost completely transformed. Her skin is silver, covered in sort of a scales. Her hair is long, almost sort of seaweedy red as it goes down her back. Her gown is just algae and water. As she rises up out of it, she is easily 10 feet tall as she pulls herself out of the water, and she sees these two creatures as they approach Pivum. At this moment, the rest of you will wake up. The hut will disappear.
And we got a long rest.
You have a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
As you
Okay.
all sort of feel the cold and your eyes opening up, and you look and you see this 10-foot tall ivy standing over these rock spidery creatures that are approaching an absolutely stiffly paralyzed Pivum on the ground. As one leg reaches up to try to spear him, Ivy snaps and it falls, turning over, its legs curling in on itself. She looks to the other one as it approaches. It gets one attack on Pivum.
Oh, is there anything we can do?
Yeah,
We can give it to attack.
You can take a
Okay.
reaction.
If it hits, I'm
Yes.
taking a reaction.
Okay. It does hit. What would you like to do?
Okay. I am
Mhm.
going to just say, "Hey, I thought you were a little horse. Like this ain't cool." And for whatever reason, Silas's babblings have magic in them, and it has to re-roll.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, also Neb, as she wakes up, is gonna go, no, not Pivum. And it's also got to roll a d6 and subtract that number from its attack, as I just rolled wheel for the day.
So
Or woe for the day, sorry.
it crit on its reroll.
Okay.
And that is only a 1 to subtract. It's going to hit on that second attack on
Okay.
Pivum. He is going to take 14 piercing damage on Pivum. He was all healed up. He got a full rest.
That's still a lot.
He's completely paralyzed as this spike just sort of pierces him that way. All right, we can take initiative, but better than that, you all have a turn before it or Ivy goes again. What would you like to
Okay,
do?
I want to go first real
ahead.
quick,
Okay.
everyone. So so Silas is just going to fly up,
Mhm.
and then I am going to use my action to grab Pivum telekinetically
Yes.
and yeet him over to us. And then as I'm doing this, you see kind of the illusory form of like a spear with a rope on it. Get over here! And as I say that, like he comes like screaming in flames over toward us.
Pivum
And
can't scream because he's absolutely
no, sorry. The visual is flames.
Oh, gotcha,
Like,
gotcha.
And so as he comes over, I just like kind of land him very softly at our feet, and then as a bonus action, I am going to take that same spear that I just did that with,
Yes.
and sling it out toward one of the spiders, and it's going to be my psychic weapon, and I'm going to make an attack. As
Fantastic.
A bonus action. And that is a 22 to hit.
Absolutely will hit.
And that deals 12 points of force damage.
Okay. It takes 12 points. You see the one arm that had speared Pivum as Pivum slides along the ice like a penguin as you pull him with your telekinetic force, and there's flames and everything going towards you out of the grasp of this thing. You throw this other spear towards it, and its arm flies away back as it starts to adjust to this. Anything else from you? All right, who would like to go next?
Does anyone mind if I go next?
Nope.
Go ahead, Neb.
Neb, as she scrambles to her feet after she's yelled out at this thing, seeing that Pivum has been pulled to safety, as she gets up, her form just completely changes back into the blues and the purples of that weird nebulous form. She pulls out her rock, and it's a bonus action to do that, and then sling the rock at this creature. Is a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
All right. As it comes back around back into her hand, she steadies herself a little bit more, still kind of waking up, and then throws it again. This time, instead of an arrow, it's a shooting star. Does a 19 hit?
19 hits. Absolutely.
It's going to take 16 radiant damage.
Ooh.
And it begins to glow, and the next attack against it has advantage.
Okay.
And wherever Pivum is, has Pivum been like pulled all the way?
He's all the way. He's right in the midst of you all.
Okay, and he's next to Silas.
Yes.
Okay, if that's the case, Neb is gonna run forward and kind of start to surround these creatures.
Okay.
So not into melee, but like off
Right.
to the right.
Kind of, starting to flank in that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next?
I will. I don't mind. Oh, go ahead, Robin.
Robin wants to do some sort of arcana or medicine check
Yes.
on Pivum to see why he's paralyzed.
Fantastic. Give me an arcana.
1925.
You noticed it happened as he breached the surface of the well, which was where whatever this creature was vibrating, it was exactly in that spot. And as you hearken back to this weird invisible net that had been placed across the arch, it suddenly occurs to you, it must have placed this net across the top of the well. And as he exited through that space, whatever magical effect was going to take place did.
Okay. Would that be considered my action?
It would be, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
As a but he is back with us, right?
He's back with you.
Okay. How close are we to the creatures?
They're right there, 10 feet.
Okay, so we're not in combat range.
You don't
or
have
not
to
melee
be.
range.
You don't
Okay.
have to be in melee range. No.
Robin's gonna pick up Pivum, and as a bonus action, Misty Step 30 feet away.
Okay. So you'll go. Let's say the huts here on this side of the pool. This is where they were over there on that left side. You're over on the right side with Pivum. Okay, great.
Okay.
We'll go with that. You scoop him up in your arms, spin on the spot, and reappear 30 feet away in that direction. All right,
Okay,
Fairuza and Maeve. Which one of you'd like to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
So which way is the one that went, not the one that's curled up, but the one that's open
Yep.
facing?
Hard to know. He's facing up because there's no face, right?
Fantastic.
There's a mouth that goes down and globules of eyes that appear to go up.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and I'm gonna try and go for the mouth. I'm gonna do it.
Go for the mouth.
Just go for the gaping mouth. Why not?
And you have advantage on the attack.
Yes, you do.
Sweet. I am going to slide in using the ice on the ground because we did the figure skating thing. Just sort of that idea behind momentum and I told you to stay put and zoom in. It's 18 on the first roll, 18 on the second roll.
All right.
Same. So it is with my letter opener, 18 plus 7 is going to be a 25 to hit. It is 20, 23, 27 points of damage, and then I will use my I can get out of that direct combat by
Yes.
myself because there's nobody else there,
Yes.
and I'm gonna get back to my friends.
All right. So yeah, skating, you basically like move forward. Now you have to get low to get under this thing towards its mouth. So, you know, a little poetic license here, if I may. You get down on your knees and slide underneath this thing, jabbing your letter opener up into its gaping maw. As you do, as it tries to kind of bite down, but you swirl around, maybe perhaps even using its leg to kind of whip yourself around in a U-turn back towards the party. If you don't mind.
Absolutely. I'm here
U-turn.
for it. I'll absolutely grab on and just sort of
What is happening?
Use it to
Extreme
whip
skater,
yourself,
like
your momentum.
partner skater
Exactly. Around. Anything else, Maeve?
style. So it is now wreathed in that
Fantastic.
potential energy.
This thing is just a chandelier on the floor.
It
That's
is.
all. Just swing across it.
Fairuza, how would you like to pull up the end of this round?
So it's just this one, right? Just this
The other one appears sort of just totally frozen and curled in on itself.
Okay, so avoiding hitting Maeve at the same time as Maeve is doing her thing. First, it's like, if you want to play with us, you gotta axe nicely. And she hits her axe. It's 2 axes. Woo! 1, 2. I rolled a 20 and 18, so it's a 20 and a 22.
Amazing.
Digital ties. So oh my god, scary. So let's see. I know those hits. Let's see. That would be 14 and no 16 and 16 damage and and 12.
And another 12.
Yeah, 16 down there.
So as Maeve swings around and slides back, you're running in next to 2 axes raised above your head. Right inside. As you pull them back up, this thing just and flops down flat, its arms out to its side, twitching and trembling. It has no blood. It is just sort of stone and mud and you know what I say, algae moss kind of thing on its back. So it just kind of falls into a little clump of what now does not look like a creature. It looks like a clump of rocks, absolutely perfectly camouflaged within a better environment than this one. At this moment, as you pull back and start to breathe, and Pivum, sort of starts to shake, now starting to come out of this paralyzed state. Actually, I should check that.
Yeah,
he does. Starts to come out of this paralyzed state in your arms, Robin. Ivy turns to look at all of you. She holds up a hand, again, long fingers. As she struts over to the other one, she takes one of her long nails, points it right in the center of this mouth. It is still slightly moving, and she drives it in, very slowly, piercing the bottom.
Herb stomp.
Nail stomp.
It shakes and quivers, and then its arms go out flat. Again, just a pile of rocks. She looks over to all of you and exclaims, "This is bad. Go find Zola."
Find who? What?
Zola.
Fairuza glitches.
She says. And with that, we will call this the end of this year, this season of Children of Éarte. We will pick back up next year on the hunt for Zola. Remember, next week we're going to come back for a very special holiday episode of On the Éarte with Sam. And
we're all going to be there.
All
so
going to be
everybody
there.
plus Sam. So.
Come, yes, plus Sam. Bring us your questions. We want to talk about what happened this year and our plans for next year. Thank you all so much for such an incredible year. All the fans at home, every single one of these players, Josh, Sam, everyone at Demiplane. What a spectacular experience. I'm so excited for you all to move forward in this story. Thank you all. Good night.
Oh my gosh.